So since it's February, which means it is BYO month here at Micro Center, I'm here at our Sharonville location, and we're gonna have them build a PC for us in the store. Come on, let's check it out. All right, we're gonna head over to our BYO department, which is build your own.
Nice to meet you, Jordan.
So I wanna build a computer.
You came to the right place. Best place.
Yeah. What are some of the bundles that you have going on this month?
We do bundles for multiple components. We try to keep deals going most of the time. Right now, we have several options for both AMD and Intel. Okay. But the key benefit is you get a motherboard, you get a CPU, and you get a RAM for cheaper than you would have purchased all three separately.
I'm into it. Let's go AMD today.
All right.
Yeah, what are my options?
We have one on the AM4 socket still. We have a 5800X 3D bundle. There's a 7700X bundle that we have to get you onto the new platform. And then the sweet spot has been the 7800X 3D. Really great price on it, and it's been like one of the best gaming chips that we've got at the store.
I think we're gonna go with that one then. What comes with the 7800X 3D bundle though?
So the 7800X 3D bundle comes with the CPU. That's why it's called that bundle. You also get 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. I believe it's 6,000 megahertz at CL32 is the one they changed it to. And you also get a Gigabyte Gaming X motherboard that comes with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, all that good stuff. Lots of M2 slots, all 4 DIMM slots, IO Shield, all that good stuff.
Cool. All right, I'm into it, man. Well, let's start with that, and I guess we'll just kind of work our way through the rest of the build.
All right.
Lead the way. I don't know which way to go.
We're actually going to head right over here.
We'll go this way.
Normally, they would be with the other motherboards, but we keep a very large stock of our bundles, so sometimes they have to be stored in bulk.
This is a lot of motherboards.
It is a lot of motherboards, all just one.
Would you say this is the mother load of motherboards?
So we keep all our CPUs together. We've got a cabinet for AMD and a cabinet for Intel, so they're all really easy to access. We have pretty much every chip you can think of. And here's our 7800X 3D right here.
Awesome. I'll take that. Ooh, check it out. All right, what's our next step?
Next step is RAM. So that's random access memory. We're looking for the system memory for the board. The system memory for this one is the DDR5, so the newer RAM set. It's come down in price a lot recently, just across the board, DDR5. This one in particular comes with the AMD Expo profile on there, so you can overclock your RAM a little bit more easily. All right, so we got our bundle here. CPU, RAM, and motherboard, all for one low price. One common question we get with the bundles is, can you substitute certain items like the board or the memory? And for Micro Center, it does have to be the exact items from the bundle. So the bundle is locked in. That's how we get those prices so low. Next thing we want to do is talk about what build you're going to do.
So what I want to do for this build is I want to go with a very nice looking case and no RGB.
No RGB.
Full black fans. I want this to be as clean and nice looking as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd probably suggest something like a Fractal case. There's a really modern Fractal North that we can take a look at. Features some nice wood on the front. What other things do you want to be doing with this build?
Definitely gaming.
Definitely gaming.
I definitely want to, I want to pair off a good GPU with this CPU right here. So
absolutely.
I want to do some high-end gaming, maybe some 1440, some 4K, ultra settings.
Yeah, we can, those are lofty goals. We can absolutely strive to meet them. We have all the hardware for just about any gaming need here, so we can definitely find you something that fits you.
Cool.
I always talk about what games specifically you want to play and the resolution we talked about. So now that I've got a little bit more of an idea of what you want to play, we get you into something that's going to get it done. So here's our graphics card aisle. We have it more or less split, Radeon on one side, NVIDIA on one side, so Team Red and Team Green. There is a small section for Intel as they have started making some graphics cards for us. But what we're looking at for this build is probably a 7900 XT or a 7900 XTX. The key with these graphics cards is they have a really large bank of video memory, dedicated video memory. It's really great for gaming because all of those high quality assets, lights, environments, skins, things like that, all of that needs to be saved somewhere. And it's in video memory. So 24 gigabytes is a lot. It's very robust. It's as much as the 3090 had when it came out.
That is crazy.
So assuming we find one that fits in your case, which we will check for that. We always check for stuff like that. Really, it's a lot about what you want to spend and what you want it to look like. My personal favorite's probably the Nitro, just because it's a really nice card and it looks fun, but that has RGB lights in it. So we want to stay away from that for this build. Same reason we want to stay away from the Hellhound. It's got 3 RGB fans on it.
Well, you could always turn those off, right?
You can sometimes. I think for this particular build, the Sapphire Pulse, because the Pulse is the same as the Nitro, just without the lights, basically.
Let's go for it.
So that one is probably actually going to be the best one.
I'm into it. Let's do it.
7900 XTX, love it. And so this is the 7000 series of Radeon graphics cards. So they actually have some competing ray tracing. A lot of times NVIDIA gets the rap for being the only one that supports ray tracing in games like Minecraft and stuff. Cyberpunk and stuff like that. I know they've got the NVIDIA Reflex and stuff. This actually has a version of ray tracing on it. So used to be only way you could get ray tracing was NVIDIA. Now you can get it with AMD. And we're getting a boost because we're matching our AMD GPU with our AMD CPU. So the computer really likes that. We're standing right next to power supply and storage.
Sure.
So we have really good deals on 1 terabytes and 2 terabytes.
2 terabytes.
2 terabytes?
2 terabytes. Yeah, we're going to need some space. We're going to put some games on this thing. Might do some
it.
video editing maybe, so.
There's just maybe some video editing?
Yeah, maybe.
So we'll get an M2 slot for the board. The board does have 3 slots. So after the 2 terabyte you take home today, you will be able to put 2 more in there.
Sweet.
So you have room for expansion, but we're going to go into this cabinet right here where we've got our WD drives.
Cool.
And we have a WD Black, which is kind of like their gaming branch. We have a 2 terabyte one on sale for $129.99.
All right, let's do it. Deal. I'm into it.
We are going to double check what the recommended wattage is on our power supply. And it says 800 watts or greater, which is pretty standard. So for a system like this with some high powered RAM and other things, we'd probably recommend an 850 or a 1000 watt to start.
Okay.
We'd probably just end up looking at pricing. It's generally about a $30 difference, give or take, between the same thing of 850 and the same thing of 1000. The benefit of the 1000 is it gives you extra watts to lean back on. So you're a little bit more power efficient at the wall, and you also are more prepared for a graphics card upgrade in the future. This is a really good deal right here. It's a 1000 watt power supply, gold rated, comes with a 10-year manufacturer warranty from Asus. We've got it for a good price right now, so I think it fits in the bill.
Cool. All right. Feel like we're getting close, right? We almost have everything. What's next?
I think just case and operating system.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We got a lot of cases to choose from, though.
We do have a lot of cases to choose from. Unfortunately, too many for us to even fit all out here. Fractal that I mentioned earlier, pretty much different than any other case we have because of the fun wood panel.
I like this.
So that's the white one. It comes with oak on the front, and then the black one comes with walnut, as well as some gold accents instead of silver, so like on the feet and the buttons.
Right.
It looks really slick.
It feels like a showpiece, you know, something you'd want to put out for people to see.
Yes, it's something that you could have in a shared room rather than just an office cam. Yeah.
My wife would approve of this one.
Most of them do, yes.
Yeah.
They like
it. Actually looks nice.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's go with the black with the walnut.
Okay.
I'm into it.
Right on. So we'll get that for you. And then the last thing we need is software. We've done all our hardware. Just need a copy of Windows. So we've got Windows 11. You can get it on a disk copy or USB copy. If you're comfortable making your own USB, get the disk copy because it saves you $20.
Well, here's the thing. I was thinking about having you guys do the build for me this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I've built way too many computers.
Just for having us build it, you do get a 90-day service guarantee. So we stand by the work for 90 days. Any diagnostics, replacements, hardware are all covered inside of that time frame. Beyond that, we do have system protection plans that cover the entire build for a longer duration, 2 or 3 years. I do highly recommend those. It covers all of the same things that 90-day labor guarantee covers, but it covers it for 1 to 2 years.
Right.
On the whole system. So I'll show you that info when we go over there to that.
Cool. Yeah, I think we might go with one of those.
Yeah, I always recommend the protection plan just because it protects the customer the most. No matter what happens, freak lightning storm, younger brother pours Mountain Dew into it, dog knocks it over, like all of that stuff.
Those are all very common, by the way.
Yeah, and also just software bugs, like the computer trying to kill itself. So there's Yeah, we'll cover anything like that.
These things happen. I got a question though. So
Yes.
the case is going to come with fans. Are we going to need any additional fans? And what about a CPU cooler?
Absolutely. So you get to pick with this case if you want to do liquid cooling or air cooling. Personally, I like both. I used to do liquid cooling. I had a whole hard tube loop, did the whole thing, and I liked it until I wanted to replace the RAM. And then I learned I had to drain the whole thing and undo all the tubes just to replace the RAM. So I air cool everything now, personally.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of great options for both. So if you want the look of a liquid cooler, we can see if there's one without RGB lights. I know we're trying to go blackout, no RGB. Air cooling is always easier to go without lights.
I'm kind of feeling air cooling because if we're going to go with this Fractal North case, I really like Noctua stuff.
Yeah.
I'm actually a big fan.
Noctua's, I mean, yeah.
Of their fans.
Well, and their fans specifically are going to look really great in the case because the brown Noctua fans will match the walnut on the finish. So we actually did that once. We had like a Snickers build and it was brown and black. It looked really good.
I'm into it. Let's do it.
All of our air coolers are in this section here in aisle 39. It's more or less by brand, so we've got Noctua stuff right here. The Chromax brand is their we dropped the brown and painted it black finally brand. And then all of the other stuff is their original OG brown fan.
I love their tan and brown, but I kind of want to go with the Chromax to be honest.
Chromax look nice.
Kind of feeling it.
They're both nice.
Because I'm thinking, let's just black out the cooler, black out the fans. Let's just keep it.
There you go.
I think what I really want is for the case itself to actually be the focus.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then maybe you can see inside and see the components, but all just clean, black, simple.
Yeah, love
Let's
it.
try it out.
Yeah, absolutely. So the biggest choice you're going to have on the Noctua Chromax is going to be how many fans do you want? I believe the U12 and the U14 have the one heat stack, but the NHD15 has the two, the split, which is usually better. So I'd probably go the D15 or the D15S, the slim, which is just a single fan. Assuming it fits in the case.
See, that's the thing about the NHD15. I actually have this one at home in the tan and brown. And this thing is so big, it was actually very hard to fit in my Meshify C.
Yes.
It was a tight squeeze, but I got it in eventually.
Yeah, so one thing that the associates and build your own can always do with components, especially like this, is we check for compatibility even on physical dimensions. So the size of this heatsink is 168 millimeters tall. And so if we look at the case we're getting, we actually track what the maximum CPU heatsink height is, which is 170. So we have 2 millimeters to spare in between the top of the cooler and the glass, but it does fit.
That's a tight fit.
So the biggest one does fit, so you can pick any of them.
Do you want to go with the single fan? I think we should try the single fan because I know that when you put the dual fan, this one actually sits above the RAM, right? So depending on that RAM height, that might push that 2 millimeters.
Yes, it certainly can. On a fan like that, you can actually just move the brackets up. The other thing that I kind of usually try to spin it as a positive is a lot of our bundle RAM does not come with lights. And so it's not the worst thing in the world if those dim slots are being covered by a fan because there's not anything to shine through anyway. But,
yeah, true.
But yeah, we can do the slim, the D15S. That's a great one.
What's that? This one right here?
Yes.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, great.
Awesome.
Pick.
Cool. Okay. And do we need any additional fans? How many fans are in the North case?
The North case, I believe, comes with 2 fans in the front, pre-installed. There are 2 empty slots in the top. If you wanted to, that's also where you'd put a 2-fan radiator if you were doing liquid cooling. What I'd probably recommend is just a single fan for the rear, because then you get some actual exhaust, even though because you're gonna have 2 intake, and then you want to help push that warm air out. So we just do 1 on the back. And if you wanted to fill it up, you could get a 3-pack, put 1 on the back, 2 on top.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's fill it up. Let's get some more fans because.
Do you want Noctua fans? Or do you want some of the Linley Uni fans that snap together? Because the P28s actually don't have lights on them, and they.
Oh really?
The Uni fans, yeah, we have Uni fans without lights now.
Ooh.
So if you wanted to have the whole slotting them together, you could do that, or you could just get some Noctuas. Noctua actually has black and gray fans now. So.
Oh really? Let's take a look at those actually. But I like that option too.
Yeah, they do. They got these Redux ones right here. So Noctua finally caved and started making some other colors.
Not to say that we don't love the tan and brown, but it is nice to have some more options.
So you could put that in the back. It's gray.
Uh-huh.
So it doesn't really work with a black out.
Yeah.
I'd probably go P28 there, or just
Yeah.
get like an Arctic fan. That's, you won't notice the, you know what I mean? You won't
Right.
notice the, because if you want one of the fancy Noctua ones that has like their super extra awesome fans on it, those are almost exclusively brown.
Fine, we'll go with the Lianli P28s.
Yeah, that way it just keeps it easy. You get a
Right.
controller in the box if you need one.
That's a good point.
You've got 3 fans. It's lower. It's a lower cost than the ones with the lights too, as well. So they actually do pass on a little bit of the savings over to you. So that's great.
Cool.
Yeah, the only thing left is build service. So
Cool. Let's do it.
Okay.
I guess we'll head over to service next.
So here's our Fractal North here. One thing I forgot to ask you is if you wanted the glass version or the mesh version, because with each color, there's also 2 versions.
Right.
So the mesh panel that's on top of the case, that one wraps all the way around the side on the mesh version, or we've got the glass version, you can see everything inside.
I think definitely glass.
Glass.
Let's go glass, yeah.
All right.
All right, cool. Well, I guess that's everything that we need, right?
From here, yes, it is.
Yeah? All right, let's go. Where are we going next?
Checkout, unless you want peripherals.
Well, no, we're good for now.
Getting ready to put this together sometime today?
Yeah, so I was actually hoping to have someone assemble it for me here.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like Tyler already got you fitted out with one of these cards. Doing the... So we are going with the complete system protection as well, correct?
Yes, sir. So what's that going to give me?
Yeah, so that would get you... biggest benefits of that covers like what our normal replacement plans cover. So if you want to overclock it, we cover that as well. Parts go bad, dead ports, power surges, all that is covered. The nice thing about the complete build coverage, if the CPU goes bad on you, and we don't sell that chipset anymore, you need to get a new motherboard, we cover the cost of that as well.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good to know.
And it looks like this build's going to add up to be quite a bit. We are running a promotion right now, doing 10% on the MicroCenter card. That'd be something you're interested in today?
Yeah, sure. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Absolutely. So it is a credit card through Wells Fargo. Application takes about 5 minutes. I can get you a temporary card we can use today. And it'll either get you 10% off your whole order or no interest for 2 years.
Not a bad deal. And you guys are running that just for BYO month, right?
This is during the month of February.
During the month of February? Right. Yeah, cool. So you can apply right there on the website. And there you go. Once you do the application process, you'll get your approval. And if you do get approved, you can get 10% off or 24 months special financing during the month of February. All right, cool. So I am actually going to use my MicroCenter Insider card.
Absolutely.
I'm already pre-approved. I already got it set up. So I'm just going to put that right in here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for stopping in, guys.
So the great thing about shopping at MicroCenter is our service department's in-house. We're gonna walk straight across and we're gonna hand it right off to Jesse so he can put it together for you.
Cool, let's do it.
Typically at this point, we will take your stuff. So if you'd bought like a monitor, mouse, keyboard, you take that home with you or from wherever you're going while we build it. But the actual stuff going in the box, we take it all back there and put it together.
I'm gonna go shop around for a little bit and then we'll take a tour of the store and maybe we'll look at some cool stuff while we wait for them to build our PC.
There we go. All right, you're in good hands.
Bye-bye. All right, so we dropped off everything over at service and they're building my computer right now. So I have some time to kill. So I figured I'd give you a little tour of our store. So you can get a little POV with me. I'm gonna walk through some of the aisles and we're gonna go shopping. And I think I'm gonna get myself a hard drive. We've got a lot of these guys. And we also have our aisles with GPUs. So you can come if you want to get an AMD GPU or if you want to get an NVIDIA GPU, we've got you covered there. You know what really annoys me about coming to MicroCenter is all these darn influencers. I think there might be X-Men fans here. We have our 3D printed MicroCenter Steins. You can kind of see the logo on there. Look at that, cheers.
Cheers.
Right now we're actually shopping for some foam for our studio because we want to get some acoustic foam and maybe make the acoustics sound a little bit better. But you can see we have all of our podcast and microphone gear here. We have a whole array of different condenser mics. We also have some lavalier mic sets, all the different cables, everything else. We do have some acoustic treatments and all kinds of other goodies. I always love shopping here. And of course, we've got all of your headset needs, everything here. Wondering if Adam picked a foam. Maybe he did. I think we're gonna get the hexagonal foam and we're gonna put that up on the wall. We have an empty wall in the studio that we want to fill out. That's a good one, right? It says wall panel on it. Glorious mice. Pulsars are always kind of fun though. What is this? Demon Slayer. We got a bunch of these Demon Slayer mice. There's a POV of just walking through our keyboard and mouse aisle. Of course, this is at my height, so I'm 6'5". This is what it looks like up here. At least you can see above the aisles, so that's kind of cool. What's cool about this store is it has this giant digital sign out front, so you can see all of our cool deals going on. Ooh. At the MicroCenter Mall. Look at that. All right. So that was the shopping experience here at MicroCenter. We went to BYO, had an associate help us pick out our parts. Then we had service put this together for us. Now we're gonna take it to the studio, test it out. Let's go. All right, so we're back here in the studio with our build that we had made at the MicroCenter in Sharonville. Believe it or not, this thing is on right now, but you can't tell because there's no lights. I actually like the way this came out a lot. I like this case. I like the little gold accents on the buttons. I mean, I think this looks really great. Also, just having the panel here, even though there's no lighting inside, at least being able to see inside and see the components, I just think it's a nice feature. But there's no RGB. It's very simple, very understated. I do like an all blackout build, and this came out great. Tyler helped us out with picking the parts, and then Jesse put this together, and he put this together very, very quickly. I think he finished this build in under about 50 minutes or so. And he did a great job. This came out really well. I'm gonna pop open the back. We're gonna take a look at some of this handiwork. I'll pop open the side panel here as well. Let's take a look. And this case is just so interesting. It's got, you know, the wood accents obviously on the front. It has the gold accents on the buttons. It even has a nice little leather strap here on the top mesh. It's the little things, you know? There we go, this slides right out. So look at that. This came out pretty clean, man. I like this a lot. So we have the fractal fans on the front, and then obviously we have the other fans up here on the top, this guy on the back. These Liantli fans actually kind of complement the Noctua cooler very well. I don't know, this looks pretty solid. Let's check out the back. Let's see some of his cable work. Yeah, this guy did a great job. So you can see we got the cables, we got ties and everything. Everything is run nice and neat, but also it's easily accessible. We do have the extra cables available as well in case you want to do any add-ons like an SSD or if you want to add anything else. So all in all, this is pretty solid, clean, great job. So that's going to wrap it up for this build for BYO month. And just remember, the center of this build was our AMD bundle. So that comes with the 7800 X3D CPU. It also came with 32 gigs of RAM, which are in the build right now. And it also came with this Gigabyte B650 Gaming X motherboard. And we also added this AMD Radeon 7900 XTX. So this is a pretty powerful machine. It's going to be a great, great gaming machine. And I gotta say, Tyler did a great job walking me through the process of picking all of the parts in the store. And if you're looking to get some help with picking parts, remember, you can come by any local Micro Center. Our associates can help you pick out whatever parts you want, but you can also check out our Builder Configurator on our website. You can use to pick parts that we have in inventory at any Micro Center, and you can see if there's any compatibility issues between those parts. You can put them all together. You can also bundle it with the service to have it built in the store, and normally you'll be able to pick it up same day if you order it 4 hours before we close, or you can pick it up usually within 24 hours of ordering. So all in all, I gotta say, this is a solid build. Definitely stop by your local Micro Center. Check out our great deals on PC parts and PC components, especially since the month of February 2024 is ending. So our BYO month deals will also be ending. But don't worry, we're gonna get ready for March, which is gonna be Monitor Madness, where we're gonna have some great deals on monitors. And remember, if you don't have a Micro Center near you, comment hashtag I want a Micro Center near me.
One of the easiest ways to apply, if you just scan that little QR code.